I'm suicidal every day of my life. I've been suicidal every day since I was diagnosed when I was 18. I'm 48 now.
Mental Health Cooperative. It's a place where people affected by serious mental illness and poverty find much more than medication and therapy. They find their path to recovery. They find hope. They find empowerment.
When I first started in mental health, there was a lot of hospitalizations. Anytime there was any kind of conflict in the community, conflict in the home, issue with the police department, issues with hospitals, the first step they would take would be to search someone to go to the state institution. In Davidson County over the last 19 and a half years, supports have been set up, agencies have had mindset changes, the community has had a mindset change that people need to stay in their homes rather than go to the hospital.
But MHC takes the standard approach one step further. We focus exclusively on helping the sickest of the sick. Annually, we help more than 16,000 adults with serious mental illnesses like schizophrenia and bipolar disorder.
My diagnosis is paranoid schizophrenia.
Schizoaffective with OCD.
Bipolar, manic depressive.
These adults are so disabled by their illness and economic situation that many end up on the streets, getting into trouble, abusing drugs and alcohol, and burning bridges with loved ones.
What we began to see was a lot of our children, of our adult consumers, began to have some problems, and from that we were referring them outside our agency, so we started the children's program here at the Mental Health Cooperative.
Additionally, we help nearly 5,000 children and adolescents with serious emotional disorders that can result in violence, aggression, or legal trouble that can prove disruptive at home, the classroom, and the community. For the clients of MHC, recovery isn't an easy process. The road to recovery is covered with barriers such as poverty, stigma, and hopelessness. But at MHC, we do whatever it takes to break down these barriers.
We have programs put in place like the mobile crisis that wasn't around for everybody 20 years ago, and that is open to everybody in Davidson County, that allows people to come to be assessed to see if they need to go to the hospital or if they need just some time away from family to talk about their problems and go back home where they usually recover better. So we have housing programs that have been set up that are for those people who are very ill and cannot manage in independent housing right now, but they can manage in the community.
We began working with an individual that she was living in a car actually behind an old radiator shop over in the Inglewood area, and we got her from staying in this old car to a hotel. And then we got her from that to an actual boarding home, residential placement. And she went from literally one of our sicker individuals to now she's in regular case management a few years later. And it's funny because people see her and they ask the question why this person's even in case management.
Most of all doctors and just all in general, everybody around me, I like it. You know, they make your day go by. They make you stronger, whether you believe it or not. They make you happy. They make you feel at home.
I would say don't be afraid to come here, because when I first came here, I was scared to death, and I'm not afraid anymore.
Well, I weighed my options with the different agencies. Some of them, like I told you, seemed like a job, you know, but I needed more than that. You know, I needed somebody to listen, somebody to understand.
And if you want to donate, this is the best charity you could give to.
You make this recovery possible. Your donation can mean dentures for an adult with poor dental health. It can cover the copays for much-needed mental health medication.